Good morning Terraria players and welcome back to the Anarchist mod, version 1.2. In the last episode, we made it all the way to hard mode. Today, we're going for the hard mode and taking on the Mechs. Here's a list of the main mods I'm using this run. Of course, I have a lot of smaller quality of life ones that don't really need to be mentioned. Don't forget to do the stuff the algorithm likes, it helps the channel out. Now without further delay, let's get back into it. To start, I did the normal early hard mode thing of going right to smash some altars. However, this mod changes early hard mode quite a lot. Instead of one altar making one ore, one altar makes both of a tier. So the first altar spawns cobalt and palladium, the second spawns mithril and orichalcum, and the third spawns adamantite and titanium. The reason it does this is that each armor is completely changed in the Anarchist mod. They can all be mined with a molten pickaxe. To smelt them, you'll need a titanium or adamantite forge, and to craft the armors, you need a mithril or orichalcum anvil. Pretty simple, yeah? But wait, there's more. Each armor is now specialized for a class. Cobalt is for melee, palladium is for dark artists, mithril is for rangers, orichalcum is for mage, adamantite is for summoners, and titanium is class neutral. The three helmets still exist, they're just all for one class, so pick whatever looks best for you. As I was Dark Artist, I crafted a full set of Palladium armor. It retained its set bonus from its vanilla version, but also got a Dark Artist specific one. It decreased your max life by 20% and gave you a revive up to 50 life with a 1 minute cooldown. Very short revive cooldown, very strong. I also made the Crystal Crucifix, a new totem that also gave a revive up to 100 life. How the two would stack, I have no idea. I also made the Titanium Needle, a Dark Artist throwing weapon. Next up, I went hunting in the underground tundra. Since hard mode began, a new ore, Endotherium ore, spawned. It required a Drax or pickaxe axe to mine, so I'd get to it later. The real purpose of going here is for Souls of Frost, which drop from enemies in the underground tundra. They can be used in a variety of weapons and gear, but my main goal was to use them in frigid keys, which I could use to open frigid chests. I was looking for a Dark Artist weapon inside them, the Frost Lightning. I crafted some frigid keys, then returned to the tundra, opening as many chests as I could. I found it eventually, alongside the Frost Glider wings, then continued my prep for the Mechs, making the Heart of Anarchy, silver version, to increase my max life by 25. I crafted an Eternal Ruby out of 25 ruby sigils and some Essence of Anarchy, then enchanted my gear. I then felt ready to fight the Mechs. The night I got ready to fight the Destroyer, a faint sniffling interrupted me. Let's get ready to fight another nose. Enjoy the fight. Big nose down. Before opening its bag, I still had buffs from its fight, so I just went right into fighting the Destroyer like I had intended. Let's see how Anarchy mode changes it. Destroyer down. Anarchy changed it from a snooze fest into a much better fight. Inside the Nose's bag was souls of the Unnamed One, bees, a bow and arrow, and a laser booger. They sold for a lot of money. Inside the Destroyer's treasure bag, its Anarchy mode item allowed your crits to always deal an extra 25% damage, but they also had a 10% chance to fail. Seemed good. It also had armor plating, which was used in a class neutral armor set. I then used the hollow bars from the Destroyer to craft a crystalline glass, an upgrade to the golden glass from episode 1. I then made the Anarchy Mech Brain, the Anarchy version of the boss summoned for the prototype boss. Continuing the theme of a boss rush, let's see how I do against the next modded boss. Enjoy the fight. Prototype down. Its bag contained empty souls, which could be used to, air quotes, duplicate souls. Its Anarchy mode items summoned mechanical creepers to protect you and provide immunity to darkness, blackout, bleeding, silence, cursed, chilled, frostborn, and on fire. A good item. Afterwards, I crafted the Occult Soul Link, which was a combination of the Totem Soul Link and the Vampiric Infusion. I then made the Charm of Myths and the Leviathan's Cross, which was a Dark Artist item that made it so you have a 5% chance to heal a bit whenever you deal damage. It also healed nearby players too, but that's irrelevant to this run as it's solo. I then tried out Skeletron Prime and lost, so I went to make some upgrades. I crafted the Ankh Shield, thanks to the Necromancer selling a majority of the components. I then went hunting for Light Fruit, and was able to make it to full health. I also used the Soul Battery, which dropped from one of the mechs to increase my health a further 25. I then made Angel Wings to give myself a better boost in the air, then took on Skeletron Prime again. Let's see how this fight goes. Skeletron Prime down. Spooky. Inside his treasure bag, his Anarchy Mode item gave you a Thorns effect as well as immunity to knockback and lightweight. I then made Corruptor Armor, which was made from hollow bars, corrupt fragments, and cursed flames. Its set bonus gave extra healing for occult weapons, decreased your max life by 15%, gave a revive to 70 health with a 1-minute cooldown, and gave the same effect as Lucifer Armor but for cursed flames, where your stats are boosted instead of losing life to the debuff. It also made weak corruption enemies friendly. Of the two hollow tier armors, this one was the offensive one. Next up, I tried my hands at the twins. It did not go well. 3 tries later, I realized I needed to upgrade. My mobility was suffering and the frost lightning felt outdated. I went to try and obtain the meat wings and a lapix knives. The meat wings dropped from blood mimics during the day. They had a key that could be crafted to fight them. When I was about to fight one for the wings, a solar eclipse started. Of course it did. Still fought the mimic anyway and was able to obtain the meat wings. They're a modded set of wings that get better stats during the night and even better stats during a blood moon. I was also able to obtain the Eclipse Monolith from Eclipse enemies, which was a new totem. It gave 5% damage reduction and increased defense by 10 when inside it. I then farmed hollow mimics for a while until I got the Lapix knives. Lapix knives? Yapix knives? I don't know how it's pronounced. This was a Daedalus Stormbow, but for Dark Artist, making stars rain a decent amount when dealing damage. I then swapped over to Ares Armor, the more defensive of the two evil armors. Its set bonus decreased max life by 15%, gave extra occult healing, a revive up to 70 health with a 1.5-minute cooldown, immunity to Ichor, and the Crimson Vitality buff whenever you take damage. Now, I felt ready to fight the twins. Enjoy the fight! hands down. Nice fight. Their Anarchy mode item allowed you to press a hotkey to spit cursed flames for a few seconds, with a 1-minute cooldown. Now, with all 3 souls from the mech bosses obtained, I got to crafting, making a scroll of light and dark, an Anarchy mode equipment that combined all the effects of the pre-hard mode boss items with 5 of each vanilla mech boss soul. I then crafted the Arcturum shard, which increased my max Arcturum by 50. It was an upgrade to the Arcturum fragment. I then made a Drax, then an Emerald Gauntlet, an upgrade to the Emerald Prism. It increased occult damage by 12%, occult crit chance by 3%, and it allowed pure Dark Artists to be able to summon a Gem Spark Burst when they deal damage. To round out this episode, I mined Endotherium ore in the Underground Tundra. In this mod, it's a Summoner and Dark Artist equivalent to Chlorified, so it's about the same tier, but just for the other 2 classes. After a bit, I was able to craft a full set of Endotherium armor. Another set bonus! This one decreased max life by 15%, granted a revive to 80 health with a 1.5 minute cooldown, and summoned a small boy to shoot ice projectiles at enemies. Now, let's take a look at upgrades made this episode. I went from Lucifer armor to Palladium to Corruptor and Ares, then to Endotherium armor. As for weapons, I went from the Midnight Shuriken and Chaos Flame to the Titanium Needle to the Frost Lightning, and then on to the Lapix Knives. For equipment, I added the Occult Soul Link, Scroll of Light and Dark, Meat Wings, and Emerald Gauntlet to my arsenal. For totems, I upgraded to the Crystal Crucifix and then on to the Eclipse Monolith. Next episode, we continue on with the hard mode rush, hopefully getting all the way to the Moon Lord himself. I don't know, it depends on how I planned the episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Blade Burger out.